Buenos Aires. Rodolfo Viano never thought in his 30 years as a priest that he would find himself here, knocking on doors to warn his neighbors of a threat to democracy. But days before Argentina's presidential election, for at least 10th time in recent months, he walked down the dirt road of his working-class neighborhood outside Buenos Aires, hoping to persuade undecided voters to make best decision possible. "We are a group of Christians and priests, and we are handing out flyers for you to consider next Sunday," Viano, a 64-year-old Franciscan, told young man under the scorching sun. "We're not telling you who to vote for." The young man didn't need say candidate's name to know who he was talking about: Javier Milei, the brash libertarian economist who once called Argentinian Pope Francis evil, now promises destroy political establishment. Wild-haired, charismatic 53-year-old Milei was compared to Donald Trump and Brazilian Jair Bolsonaro. Like them, he mobilized electorate with populist rhetoric. He tapped into anger at the Peronista government, which is struggling to contain country's worst economic crisis in 2 decades. It also mobilized large numbers of Argentines like Viano take to streets and urge people vote against him, even if it means voting for Sergio Massa, the minister currently overseeing faltering economy. "Democracy is at risk. The moment justifies it," Viano said. "This is moment when democracy is in greatest danger since end of military dictatorship in Argentina 40 years ago," he said. Milei no flashes on billboards in Buenos Aires. Several of Argentina's most important football clubs and a small army of Swifties spoke out against him. Coalitions of academic researchers, leading economists and victims of the country's military dictatorship have issued alarmist statements about a possible Milei presidency. Viral videos circulated showing Argentinians standing in subway cars to press charges against him. Subway monologues and door-knocking priests are part of a wave of micro-activism in the country's presidential campaigns. Argentine public opinion analyst Shila Vilker said, "People who normally wouldn't go out started taking to the streets." Vilker said, "The question is what kind of impact this will have on voters. Will Argentina be different after similar campaigns other than this man failed to stop Trump in the US and Bolsonaro in Brazil? Just as in United States during the 2016 presidential race, religious leaders played an unusually active role in campaign against Milei. A group of 40 Catholic priests published a letter saying they were convinced that it is a moral obligation to do everything we can to prevent Milei from becoming president." Pope Francis appeared make a subtle reference to Milei in an interview with an Argentinian news outlet, criticizing what he called messianic solutions the crisis. But the Mass also had a political tone. 2 ministers of the current government attended by greeting different